So, for an individual to be significant in our world today, everything is tied to money. All of our lives is tied to how to make money or making money and how to even get more of it, because without it, seriously, you can hardly survive. Governments are gradually, if not entirely, wiping out support programs. Cost of education, which used to be free in the early 1900s, is rising.
Tens of thousands of students will take to the streets of London today in protest at the rise in the cost of further education and the huge hike in university tuition fees.
High levels of unemployment, high cost of living, and with all these factors rising, you further realize how important money is, and again, how hard it is to get hold of some. Whilst thinking and wondering, you go on social media and see the lavish lifestyle of celebrities, superstars, gurus, and business people, or CEOs. Different types of CEOs living in abundance and displaying worth. And to make matters complicated, you hear from gurus telling you why your degree is worthless and why school is unimportant.
There's no need even to have a college degree at all, or even high school. If somebody graduated from a great university, that may be an indication that they will be capable of great things, but it's not necessarily the case.
You are bombarded with examples of high school dropouts controlling firms, people without formal education making it big, and you begin to question yourself. Did I miss the road? Have I been wrong all along? Was all the dreams and hopes I had an illusion? Should I also try doing business? And the question continues, and the question goes on and on and on and on.
The A students work for the B students. The C students run the businesses, and the D students dedicate the buildings.
Now let's do a little throwback into history. Think about how humans used to live on Earth at the beginning of time. We survived basically by farming and barter trading. What this means is, if person A needed an apple but had oranges, whilst person B had apples but needed oranges, the two would do an exchange and the transaction was completed. Then the industrialization age came with innovations that required people to work factories and fields in exchange for a wage. Companies and entities who own firms and industries had to educate the masses to equip them with the skills needed to work their factories. So the entire global educational system, which is funded mostly by big companies and firms, is designed to provide you with a job in their category of operation. And the world was fine with that until the digital age. The digital age, which started with the introduction of computers and internet, has made knowledge available and easily accessible, and has brought a shift in mindset where people start questioning themselves if there could be more to themselves and to their life. Is everyone supposed to have a job, or is the societal standard of go to school, get a job with benefit, retire a myth which doesn't work in our present age? And again, has the purpose of school changed, that currently it doesn't provide the financial rewards that we seek, but rather information and just knowledge? One thing is for sure, and that is most humans in the digital age yearn for freedom, ability to control their own destinies and future, and not to depend entirely on a wage, which comes with a lot of terms and conditions. This desire causes people to think about their solutions and options. Maybe it's entrepreneurship, maybe it's business. The reason for starting anything is crucial to how far you go with it, and business is no exception. Some of the reasons for starting businesses include extra cash, influenced by peer pressure or trend. Some people actually believe it is their desire or calling to start business or do business, and that is the reason why they start. Whatever your reasons are, they must be substantiated and justified, because you see, along your journey in business, this reason will guide your decision making during good times, during bad times, and during very tough times. Once you decide to do business, be sure to get these right, or be prepared to work on these, else it's going to be a tougher journey. The first is to fix money attitude problems. These include uncontrolled expenditure, poor saving habit, extravagance. These must be worked on before you press the start button, else your frustrations will begin even earlier. This is because the monies you see doing business are seeds, not harvest, especially in your early years in business. Now, the second point, which is, let me say, my personal favorite, happens to do with human interaction problems. You see, unless you are an investor where you are going to give your money to maybe people that want to start businesses so that you take dividends from that, even with that, you'll still be dealing with people, but at least let's say on that level, it's a little bit minimized. Unless you are an investor, you will be dealing with people directly whilst you decide to do business or whilst doing business. And the truth is that it can be extremely difficult to handle people. It can be extremely difficult to handle people. Some people are very, very difficult to handle. And that is the reason why you must decide to have the big stomach, or decide to have the stomach to accommodate, all of the things that comes with dealing with people. You see, it's a decision you must make to be warm in your interactions, because the lack of this can cause a lot of issues for you. It can cause bad reviews, and all of us have places, we have businesses, we have entities that we dealt with that, number one, we will never recommend them to anybody that we love or we trust, and we will never go there again. So human interactions problems, if naturally you have problems or you have issues dealing with people, you must fix this the moment you decide to go into business. The third is expectation management. Yes, you would take over the world and become successful, but be realistic. It is not going to take a few days or weeks or even months. Most of the brands and businesses we admire took years to build and to become successful. So yes, be positive, but prepare your mindset for the worst.
My name is Daniel Macaulay. I'm the group chairman of the McDonald Group. I've been in logistics for over 30 years.
Business basically means exchange of goods and services for value. The goal is to maximize profit. Don't forget that. Choosing the right business for you is by far the most difficult step for a lot of people. Yes, you may have the desire to want to start a business, but the question comes, which business? And there are countless instances where people shoot and miss because they make this decision based on emotions, feelings, instead of data and facts. So let's just say you want to do business now. What must you consider? Point number one, it should be legal to operate that kind of business in your country. Number two, the business must provide value to people or to your audience. And number three is that the business must make profit. Now, this is very, very important. A lot of times, starters get caught up in, I want to do what I like, But sometimes what you realize is that there is no data that is backing the idea of what they like or what they want to do. And it becomes a problem. We have a lot of people that are selling shoes, selling bags because they saw their friends doing it, but they don't have any data that is backing that per their environment, per their circumstances, per where they are, selling shoes, selling bags, is going to become profitable. Now, this is just to emphasize, I have no problem with people who are selling bags, selling shoes, but we have to understand that in our area, it must make sense to do that kind of business. The data must support that. To avoid this, spend time and do a detailed research about what is it you want to sell. This is necessary even for big companies who do spend a lot of money in research towards new product and service lines. For a small scale business, about 1 to 3 months is okay for your research. Example, if you want to sell something as a retailer, go down to the market, the wholesalers, ask them about the profit and sales history. And yet there are times you have to pay for information, and if it requires the services of a professional, go for it. It's better to have your data and facts right than to try and mess with your capital. Also, do not take advice from your friends and family who give advice based on hearsay without facts. When you run into a loss, it will be on you alone. Again, do not ask friends and families if they are not professionals. In all these, understand how your growth is going to look like. So you start small and then you scale up. Even if you have the money to go big, even if you have the supporting data that is telling you that, hey, do you know what? You go into this, you're going to provide value for people, you're going to make profit, it's legal, it's everything. Understand this. You have to start small and then scale up. It helps you make good decisions and is very good for prudent financial management. Now, this is where professionals are separated from the amateurs who are, just trying to get lucky. Point number one, register your business. Your business must be registered and get a certificate for it. With your national ID card, you can easily register your business. Point number two, use the certificate you have created to create a bank account for your business. Now, this is very, very key. A lot of people don't pay attention to this, but rather mix their business money with their personal finances, and it can create problems. I've seen a lot of instances where people cannot really do the account right because the money is mixed. Don't do that mistake. Ensure that you have a business account, which is through your certificate, get a business account with a bank, and all finances for your business, whether small, medium, or large, make sure that the money is going through that particular account so that you can get to know how much is going out and how much you are keeping. Then the third is to ensure that your tax identification number, or your TIN number, as we call it here in Ghana, is linked to your business so that it's evident that you are paying taxes. Now, sometimes all of these things might sound bureaucratic. Do I have to do that? Is it really necessary? So people might not really be paying attention to this, but you see, bigger contracts and bigger projects will not come if you don't have a business certificate. If serious investors want to invest into your business and you are now going to look for certificate and tax numbers, it's going to be a problem. And I've seen instances where people want to award contracts to maybe a printing press business or something, and the question comes, can we have your TIN number so that we know you're going to pay taxes? And sometimes you can find yourself wanting. So if you have plans of going big, then these things are things you can't compromise. If you consider a business as an organism, it requires several parts to function properly. Now, this is irrespective of whether you are acting as a solopreneur, which is you doing everything alone, everything by yourself, or an entrepreneur with a team. The rules does not change. For the start, you may have to do many of these things by yourself. But with time, you would have to scale up and consider staffing to complement your effort and add more expertise for efficiency and maximum productivity. Business has lots of departments, and even as a starter, there are a few ones that you have to pay attention to. The first one, we are looking at production. So whether goods or services, you want to be updated with production and know what's happening with that. Point number 2, inventory management and also records keeping. I think this is a part that people don't really pay attention to. How much of the products do you have? How many has gone out? You want to know all of these ones, right? Keeping records, very, very key. Then the third, you're looking at marketing. How are people going to hear about what you have? Okay, so that's the marketing part of things. Then we also have the finance department. You're looking at accounting and, your money, how much is going out, how much you are spending on your business, not on yourself. That is very, very key. Then we also want to look at IT. How are you adding technology to your business? These 5 departments you must pay attention to. Sometimes when you hear all of these things, you might go like, okay, then I need a lot of money. I need a big office. No, you don't. You have to start small and go big. And this is very key. For example, keeping records of your sales. It can start by just writing stuff in your diary. Just as simple as that, and eventually grow it. This is key. People overthink it and don't start. So start respecting all of these 5 departments, but start small and eventually grow as your business grows. Whether we agree or not, the world is online and more people are joining the online community. The fastest way to get attention is through social media. All you need is a phone to get started. Start from your WhatsApp status, then progress to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and the rest. Getting started makes a difference. So start now. Don't wait. Afterwards, gradually step up your internet or social media presence by improving your content to the point of even having account and website managers when you have the budget for it. So again, start small with zero cost and gradually level up with time. If you are in the business of buy and sell, word of mouth advertising and recommendation will provide organic customers from referrals. Be sure to draft a strategy for free and paid referrals when budget is available. You may have the desire, the dream, the flashiness boiling inside your blood because of all that you see on social media and around you, plus the burning desire to prove to people that you are doing well in business. Shut it immediately. And the easiest way to handle this is to get a proper finance department, an accountant or a wealth manager, who will limit your personal access to your business cash, else you will blow it. This is the reason why solopreneurs mostly struggle, because they handle everything themselves. They handle the finances, they have access to their cash, and sometimes make the mistake of even mixing their business cash with their personal finances. Never forget, your business money is not and never your personal money.
Those luxury things, they also take up your time, which will not make you focus on your business. It's like I don't have any holiday home anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't have a house anywhere, but I know people who are working for me, they have a house in London.
You will become big, you will become successful, no doubt about it, but it's going to take time and it's going to come with lessons, and that is what we call the process. So trust the process. I produced a video called From Zero to Millionaire, the ultimate guide. It's going to be by the side of the video, by the end. Do try to watch it. It's an amazing video. Thank you so much for staying up to this point. It means a lot. Do hit a like, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the notification bell to be notified anytime new videos are uploaded. Smart Life Community link on Facebook is available here. You can click on that to be part. No matter the matter, ladies and gentlemen, no matter the matter, it only matters when you decide to make it matter. Whatever you are doing, don't stop, my friend. Keep going. I'll see you soon.